And today we're going to be changing the hood on the Nissan 240SX with a Seibon product. Now this is my fourth carbon fiber hood that I bought from our cars previously. This one we're going to be installing on Nissan 240SX. Now when I open this box you can notice that the packaging material is everywhere. This is not the way that Seibon packages their products. I had already opened it before and I just wanted to open it for the video. So the packaging has already been removed. I will throw it off to the side here to do a quick look at the hood. And as always, it is a very, very good product from this company. I do like their hoods. So the reason why I'm going to be removing the hood from this Nissan 240SX is that this was a Texas car. Now this hood obviously didn't come with this car, it's a black hood, but this one has some key marks on there, some hail damage, some dents and dings, and also there's a lot of fading right in the middle of the hood there. The other thing about this hood is that the factory hood is very heavy. It's roughly 40 pounds. You can feel all the weight on it as you lift it up and down. And when I'm changing out hoods, I do like to throw some sheets or blankets over the sides and the fenders. That way I don't cause any damage to the car whatsoever. Now I do like using the hood prop to kind of help balance things a little bit. And then I will drop the hood down on top of the blankets just to make sure it's snug and secure before I move it out of the way. And it looks fine. And then also like to position a blanket just behind the hood in the corners. That way it doesn't scratch the windshield. And I'll squat down, put it against my hip, and tilt backwards. Use a little bit of leverage because I'm trying not to hurt my back here. And then we'll just lay it right there. And then we'll look at some weights. So my body weight is currently at 183 pounds. And I will take the factory hood and hold that weight at almost 222 pounds. So falling just right about 39 pounds for the hood. And then a carbon fiber hood, 13 pounds less. So now that the hood is ready to go on the car, we're going to do a quick, deeper inspection real quick that we'll do here on the video. Typically, I like to look on all the corners just to look for any cracks, anything that could become a bigger issue later. I'm not too worried about the weave of the carbon fiber. Again, Seibon has usually been a pretty good product. This is my fourth carbon fiber hood for a project, but as always, looking for chips. Now, when you have your hood delivered from the shipper to your house, you do want to follow the instructions they give you and to inspect the hood before you sign for it and accept it. Because if you sign for it and accept it and there's damage, it's probably going to be a pretty tough return process. Same thing with the hood here. I'll try and check all the pieces here, make sure there's no damage to the mesh grill as well as there's no cracks within a carbon fiber. And again, I'm not too worried about the weave itself on the carbon fiber. This is a project car, so it's not like a $2,000 hood or anything. And then I will flip the hood over, check everything out. The latches aren't the prettiest, but I do intend to use some aftermarket latches anyways. And then the Seibon marking is always on the other side of the hoods. And again, just sweeping all around all the corners, looking for cracks or damages or anything might need repair before it goes on the car. That way it does not cause any issues later when I'm driving. And same thing as I did on the top side, I'll check out the mesh side and the vents, make sure there's no huge cracks or any issues. Looking pretty good. I do have a gripe, and that is that the factory washer nozzles are very small, so when going from the factory hood to the aftermarket hood, it doesn't fit. It's very loose, it wiggles, so I'm going to have to find something bigger that's going to fill these holes here. So now we're going to put the hood on the car. I'm going to do the same process as I did with the other hood. I'm going to lean it into my hip. I'm going to grab it on the sides. I'm going to lean back and tilt it back, use some leverage here instead of using my back because I'm old and I need to keep my back healthy. I'll walk the hood over, and as I come to the car, I'm going to squat down and use my legs and again leverage off of my hips and just lay it on there and slide it up the blankets and the sheets there, not causing any damage to the fenders, the paint, bumper, or anything else. Looks like it went on pretty good. So then I go and check the corners, make sure everything's secure, but then I'm going to pull it down that we can expose the latch a little bit, that we can prepare it for the bolts to go in and start securing the hood to the car. Now you do have some factory bolts that will come with the hood, but you should use the Seibon one because you have about 2 or 3 extra threads there. The threads inside the hood are a little deep, so that's why I like using the longer bolts that come with the hood. Now, as I took off the old hood, I'll do the same thing with the new hood. I'm going to use a hood prop to kind of help me balance it because I'm doing this by myself. And I will now put the latch up and against the hood. And I'm going to, again, do this by myself. Hold the hood with one hand and grab the bolt with the other one. And then I'm going to start threading it through here. I like to do the bolts hand tight here because you're going to have to adjust this hood a little bit. When you bolt a hood onto the car, it never lines up nicely with the fenders on both sides or with the bumper up front. So make sure you tighten both sides, doing it hand tight, that we have some slack in the hood and you can pull it, forward, back, left, right, and line it up with the fenders here. So moving to the other side again, same thing, just hand tight. And then we're in. So as part of the test fitment phase, I will close the hood completely. I will check the gaps between the hood and the fender. And again, you will have to adjust this several times from left to right or front to back. One of the things I did notice is that the hood was a little bit sunken in along the fenders. And that is because I was missing a key part. But it's fine for now. I'm just going to make sure that everything is somewhat lined up. This car was in a previous accident, so I don't expect it to be 100% lined up. Now, as far as that sunken part, you have these little rubber stoppers or spacers that will go into your radiator support, and you want to screw those in here. And then there's another side there. There's also some on the hood, but I only have two of these right now, so I'm going to do these on the corners. Screw them in, and then I'll push the hood back down again, and then I'm going to check for fitment. So as you had to move the hood from left to right, front to back, these stoppers, you're going to have to screw them high and screw them low to try and get and adjust it. There's a lot of adjustment you have to do to make sure these hoods get on here right. And it actually came out not too bad on this go. So after doing some adjustments from left to right with the hood, front to back, and then up and down with the stoppers, I am extremely happy with the way that the hood came out on this car. Seibon products have never done me wrong on any of my projects. This is my fourth hood, and if I get another project in the future that needs a carbon fiber hood, I will again buy a Seibon product. So, looks great. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you in the next video.